May Day marches and protests are underway around the world.
Riot police clashed with demonstrators in the Philippines, and police made hundreds of arrests in Turkey's capital city of Istanbul. Protesters are hitting the streets across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, spotlighting growing concern over President Trump's policies and rising fears of economic instability.
And here in the U.S., activists from coast to coast are taking part in similar demonstrations. In Phoenix, protesters taking aim at President Trump's policies on immigrants, cuts to the federal workforce, and diversity programs. And in Chicago, protesters calling for an end to deportations and what they say is worker exploitation.
And there is a May Day rally taking place right now in MacArthur Park.
Desmond Shaw live overhead in SkyCal. Desmond, looks crowded out there.
Yeah, Rudabeh and Juan, a couple hundred people out here on the east end of MacArthur Park, right off of Alvarado Street here. You can see they have this truck set up with some loudspeakers. This is a pretty eclectic group out here, several different organizations that have all come together, including United Teachers Los Angeles, Stop LAPD from Spying, and pro-Palestinian groups, as well as groups that are calling for the abolishment of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement. So they are all out here with various messages, and they may be getting ready to march somewhere. It's not clear at this point if they're going to be doing that here. As I wide out, you can see the entirety of everyone that is out here this afternoon. Doesn't look to be much of a traffic impact during rush hour here along Alvarado Street, and several hundred people out here. Looks like it's been a peaceful protest from what I can see so far as well. Live in SkyCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw, Rudabeh and Juan. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Desmond, thank you. Well, some people are using the May Day protests as a teachable moment for their kids.
KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen spoke to a father who traveled hours with his son to take part in today's rally in downtown LA.
The sounds of Bob Marley echoed between buildings in downtown LA during the May Day March on International Workers' Day. U.S. Army veteran Jesus Lepe proudly carried the American flag while attending a rally with his son before the march. They came from El Centro, which is a 4-hour drive.
I just want to show my son our civic duty to protest against something that is wrong.
He's talking about the Trump administration's tough stance on immigration and the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia to El Salvador. The Supreme Court has ordered the White House to facilitate his return.
If someone's done something wrong, let him go through the process, due process, go through the courts, find him guilty, and then they could go wherever they need to go.
LA among the hundreds of rallies around the world criticizing President Trump's tariffs, which the administration says will create more domestic jobs.
I'm not saying that tariffs is a bad thing, but we're not seeing the benefits of that right now.
The LAPD escorted demonstrators during the 2.3-mile march, and the mayor's office says additional resources were also brought in to maintain safety.
Because of the Trump administration's stance on deportation, is it impacting the crowd size today?
Well, we feel that it may impact it a little bit because, yes, some people may be fearful to come out.
Noe Lepe was able to miss school, which his dad, who's an educator, called a lesson in civics.
To learn how to peacefully protest without causing any problems.
For the first time, May Day organizers decided to end this year's march outside the Federal Detention Center as a sign of solidarity with people who were recently taken in by ICE operations. Reporting in downtown Los Angeles, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL News.